Recently, I investigated CS2's top leaderboard for cheaters, and to my great surprise, I couldn't even find one single legit person in all the random people in the top 500 that I chose to investigate. The top leaderboard doesn't just seem riddled with cheaters, it seems to only comprise of cheaters or people getting boosted by cheaters. The investigation highlighted a huge problem that Counter-Strike has had, basically since the early release of the game, and that is of course, cheating. I had so many questions as to how this could even be a thing in 2025, and I was interested in speaking to someone within this top 10 to hear how they're doing it and how they're getting away with it. The owner of a cheat I interviewed once for a video messaged me that a top 10 player was interested in giving me the answers I was seeking, and he hooked me up with unknown. So let's hop into a call with him. Yo. Thank you for hopping on a call with me.
It's no problem.
I mean, you tell me you've been in the cheating scene for over 10 years, right?
Well, actually started in the childhood.
Yeah.
So, you had like single player games and you have like cheat sheets with codes and stuff for San Andreas and shit.
Classic.
And that's pretty much where it started.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your cheating history, specifically in Counter-Strike?
That was like 2011, yeah.
So you started cheating 1.6?
Yeah, in 1.6 exactly.
Okay.
I saw one guy crying around the server with speed hacks and whatever.
Classic.
And that was actually sparked interest into me.
Okay. Just
so
inspired
I was
you.
just look at what is it, how is it? That's pretty much how 2011, 2012 went. It lasted till like 2014, and then in 2014 I wanted to download some stuff, so I registered on a forum called FP Team. It's now closed, and that is where the league guy and the majority of my current cheating friends come in, I guess.
Okay, they're that old, like 10 years or so. Crazy. Why do you still cheat to this day?
Actually, the reasons they were changing. So first of all, it was just that devices were bad and the shit was bad, so I wanted to, a bit of help for that to compensate. 2016, I stopped cheating in CSGO, but I still was cheating in 1.6 because, well, everybody was cheating, I guess.
Yeah.
While I played. I stopped, I played, but the game, it became worse and worse. It became less optimized and shit.
Yeah.
So I had to use cheats again to compensate for that garbage.
Okay, so you blame the state of the game on you continuing to cheat?
Probably, yeah.
Do you risk any value in skins when you cheat?
No, not at all.
Not at all, okay. So you're a cheat developer?
I am project manager and support right now.
What was the point in getting top 10 on the leaderboard? Was it basically to advertise your software?
No, we just went playing and it just came. Like we were getting higher and higher, yeah.
Okay.
And for those 2 accounts, it was like 108 games full semi-rage without getting banned.
You still haven't been banned?
Actually, it was a ban. It was an overbatch ban. Like I told you, much of the leaderboard is banned right now.
Okay.
So if you go to CS stats, you will see first place, 21st March 2025. Then it was a match 1 day ago. Basically, when you get to top 1000, you will have a chance that Valve will overwatch your match.
Okay,
and,
like manually?
Yeah.
How many people in the top leaderboard, like top 50 or so, are cheating?
All of them.
Absolutely all of them, 100%.
I mean, I didn't check all of them, but I'm pretty sure it's all of them.
Okay. What about like the top 1000? How many of them do you think are cheating?
Probably 99%.
99%, okay.
Some cheaters right now, they also, one of my accounts is like that. We will come to like gold dealer and then we will just Z-rank back. So we have the medal for the season.
Okay.
And we have our account saved.
I'm looking at the top leaderboard right now and like, the number 2 guy 1 day ago, number 8 guy 1 day ago, number 10 guy 1 day ago. So these guys definitely aren't banned.
The top 4, yeah. The cockroach guy that Flom reviewed uses the same cheat. And apparently, as I checked right now, he's still not banned. Maybe he's Overwatch banned, but maybe he has Overwatch ban, but we will never know.
I mean, Flom is a guy that's like quite connected at Valve. He's been to the Valve headquarters and he's got contacts there. So it surprises me that someone who is so directly connected with Valve makes a video exposing such an obvious cheater at #1 rank and he's still not banned.
I mean, like, he was even semi-raging.
When I was making that video, going through people on the leaderboard trying to investigate them, it seemed like so many of them had skins. Why are people so confident that they're not going to get banned? Is it because the anti-cheat system in its current state is that bad? Is it VACnet just being like terrible?
They are not confident, I guess they're just stupid. Actually.
You think they're just stupid?
You know, it's like gambling.
Yeah, okay.
Basically,
They're just willing to gamble.
what makes cheating on Valve servers more interesting is like, especially before that, when Overwatch was banning people, when there were reports bot and shit. It's because it was like gambling. So you have to cheat, you have to win your opponent, you have to shoot through walls sometimes,
Mhm.
and you have to save your account.
I want to know how people are getting away with it.
So first of all, like Valve is not like actually doing nothing. They're patching a lot of stuff. So there was Rapid Fire exploit, there was Magic Bullet exploit. They got patched.
I've
in,
seen
like-
that those got patched, but it seems like every time that they patch something, they break something else, and then a different exploit comes up, right? And then it's not any better because there's just another thing for cheaters to abuse.
I think Valve is very much afraid with false banning people. In June or in May, they have kind of restricted the no spread. So basically, no spread was restricted to 2 shots. But then, after some time, in I guess September, the value was up to 10, and the suspicious shots were not so restrictive. People.
Okay.
So I guess they pushed 2 shots. Everybody was afraid. Oh, we can't no
And
spread
then they
anymore.
tweet it again.
And then they tweaked it again. Now, the recent VACnet updates, they start detecting aimbot and stuff. And then I guess they also tweaked it so it's less aggressive in
Yeah.
like 2 weeks. But tweaked it like a bit. And then on the 7th of March, there was the very recent update which brought detection of wall hacks. So right now, if you shoot through walls a lot, or if you look through walls like lock on enemies, and then just prefer them every time, the match will get cancelled.
They are trying to do some things in the background.
Yeah, but I think they're still very afraid because even after this update, a couple days later, they tweaked it so it bans over several matches and it's much harder to get banned.
When a match gets cancelled, it's basically like thinking that it's identified a cheater, correct? But
Yeah.
that cheater doesn't get any kind of permanent ban.
First, you get 20-hour cooldown,
Okay.
then you get 3 days, then you get 14 days, 45 days, 180 days, and 360 days.
So
maybe
none of
some
them are
of this-
permanent.
I have seen people, they go out of cooldown and they straight go out to game ban. But for some people, it lifts just fine.
I was excited when they said that Overwatch is back, but then they didn't release it to the public. Yeah, there's just Overwatch is back, but for us, just Valve employees only.
It's all because of the botting issues.
Yeah, makes sense. Cheaters were kind of gaming the system, weren't they? They were like flooding the system with like false reports. Now, what do you think about VACnet? Do you know much about it?
Actually, I think we pretty much know a lot on how to bypass it, but they're
Already?
doing a good job at hiding.
How do you bypass it?
Well, right now you will have to play literally like a legit player. You will have to check coordinates and stuff. You will not have to rush like kill one enemy, then another enemy, then another enemy.
So you just closet cheat, basically.
You close the cheat, but do the same rage config, so you can still sometimes shoot through walls.
Okay. Do you think VACnet is the solution to stop this insane cheating problem at such a high level and throughout the entire game? Or do you think it's just something they're developing that is just going to be bypassed?
It is not going to be bypassed because it is on the server side and it's the more secure side.
I mean
And that's
bypass in terms
what
of
I-
like playstyle.
VACnet has cheater hacks, right? They have radar hackers. You can do if you can do radar hack, you can do ESP as well. Then you
Yep.
can do KMBox and you can do aimbot as well.
Yeah.
Valorant has cheaters, like Rust has cheaters, that has cheaters, that, and they all using kernel anti-cheat, so you cannot run them on Linux. can not run Faceit on outdated Windows. Same for Valorant. You have to be like Windows 11, TPM, and that all restricts the player base. On the other side, the server-side anti-cheat, it doesn't restrict the player's base at all. You can achieve same results. Like everyone will be the trader hack or site aimbot or whatnot.
I feel like the way VACnet is operating at the moment, it can identify people, playing dodgy, shooting through walls, spin botting, being pretty obvious on their aimbot without good legit settings, but it's not very good at identifying closet cheaters. So I feel like it's just pushing all the cheaters away from obvious cheating and just continuing to cheat, but in a closet type of way.
I mean, that's what majority people want because they play Faceit and they tell Faceit is good,
Yeah, but those are the worst type of cheaters. I hate I hate those cheaters. They're just pretending they're legit and they're just like destroying you every round. I'd much rather someone comes around the corner spinning at me, looking at the ground with a scout.
Yeah, the thing is, if they have to legit cheat as on Faceit, you can beat them. Because, for example, if I were legit cheating, like truly trying to hide it, I couldn't defeat the Faceit stack. It would just throw nades smarter, it would choose smarter rotations.
Sure, you can beat them,
just,
but they still have an advantage over you.
Unless you put 5 cameras in your room, and preferably the person sitting, there will always be a cheater.
Even with 5 cameras in the room, you can have some kind of like audio signal that,
you
still get away with it.
It was in chess, like butt plugs and whatever.
Yeah, literally.
Whatever funny stuff.
Vibrating butt plugs.
Right now, I don't know why tournaments have only one camera, why they don't have a camera at least behind and at least, into their PC. So
you said there was cheating at a relatively high level still, like tier 3, tier 2 pro teams. You said there's a lot of cheating in that scene as well.
I mean, you've probably seen recently the demo with Oxygen, from Team 500.
I haven't, no.
Oxygen, and he was playing really sus. And the Team 500 from Bulgaria, they're like on the watch list of everyone. So I spoke to my friend in 2023 about cheating on Tier 2, Tier 3. And he told me like pretty much everyone you select from like top 30 or maybe top 500 is now top 25 to top 28. So you select from that and to top 100, you can view matches and you'll find a lot of teams cheating with Raider hack.
What global rank were Team 500?
Right now they are top 28.
Top 28? And there's cheaters in that team?
Supposedly, yeah. I don't want to just accuse anyone because I have not reviewed a lot of demos manually.
Okay.
But we discussed that team and the Monte team. I guess there was some drama with World 2K.
Do you think Valve know about all of these top cheats? And do you think they download and reverse engineer them?
They were chasing cheats, I think, up to 2020, and then they just dropped it. Plus detection was in 2020 by loader, and since then we close the loader before launching.
So the software that you work with was last detected 5 years ago?
I mean, if we don't count the rep in 2022, yeah. And the is the same. It was detected in 2020 and then pretty much never again.
That's crazy. It makes sense why people are so confident, though.
Yes, I see there is a little warning.
Okay, warning. Valve updated the VAC Live algorithm, and now there is a risk of getting a temporary cooldown for aiming at players through walls. Okay.
This is the account that is top 3 on the leaderboard, or top 4, yeah.
Top 3 or top 4?
And you will see this.
Yeah,
but
global cooldown. Is that permanent?
But on the... Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And you think that was because of a manual review?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it literally says connected by Overwatch.
Yeah.
Stuff. And here, as you can see, nothing here.
Yeah, literally. Looks clean from the
profile. There
profile.
are comments from people.
How is this guy not banned? yeah, I think the same thing. You got some digital vibrance. Is that part of the cheat?
It is the part of the cheat. Actually, What I don't like about CS2 is they made it really pale. I don't know, game lost contrast.
Yeah, it did.
CSGO.
Definitely lost a lot of contrast. But this is extreme.
So I guess I have to use cheats to gain a little bit. That, or you can do like this.
Will changing? Oh, wow, that looks like an aim map. Will any of these features get you banned?
Not any feature in the cheat itself. There is like card monitors and stuff. Like when I'm legit cheating on another account, I would turn on like walls and shit.
Mm-hmm.
What I would leave is only like this, yeah,
Okay.
and the champs, and
Yeah.
probably sound DSP. Mostly I cheat because I like to play the music, yeah, and I really don't like listening to footsteps.
Okay.
So I could just disable like aim button and all the stuff,
I'm guessing
and just
that's
use.
a skin changer as well.
Yeah, it's an inventory changer. You can
Okay.
add some stuff. You can actually add some cases, I guess, and you can open them.
Yeah, I saw people kind of faking some case openings. I was wondering what software they were using to do that.
I mean, nowadays there are only like couple cheats that supports this. Containers, weapon cases, and you can add like. The chances, I guess, are a bit higher. They're not from stats. But
Okay. Modified odds.
I mean, actually, it was pretty hard for me to get a knife. I guess it's pretty good if you just wanna, scroll the animations and don't get your balance down.
This software would save me so much money on cases and keys. And you've even got, weapons that don't exist, like the souvenir Desert Eagle heat treated. That's not a real thing.
That's not a real thing.
That's that view model as well. Obviously, that's not possible through the game, right?
Yeah, actually, I like small view model because it's
like
more like
tiny.
1.6.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more like
1.6.
1.6. I've seen a lot of gameplays of people who are just like blatantly cheating, and the system still can't catch them.
Unfortunately, I could show you a game on Premiere.
Do it.
In the second round, there was already a guy that is scout, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
See, he's shooting through walls.
Yeah.
So we thought we would bend them just like the other guys and proceed out to the next game.
Like mid-game.
Yeah,
Like
like
match
cancel the
cancelled.
match.
Yeah.
So we were purposely standing here, like, you have to stand like behind fixed boxes and stuff.
Okay.
Or for example,
Just
on the
try
nuke.
and make sure the system
On the
caught him.
nuke,
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, he's smart. He got taken and tried to kill us legit. Like, he didn't do like others, just scouting us through million walls. We were baiting enemies to shoot through walls and stuff, and then we would just hide and lose some rounds and get them banned.
That makes sense. It's crazy that cheaters are trying to get other cheaters banned by knowing how the system works and trying to make them, like baiting them into shooting them behind a wall or something.
He turned the spin, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then he turned it off. This is where our enemy was like, we are losing it, let's rage. And he went just like this.
Yeah, but the match doesn't get cancelled for shots like that.
I mean, it was getting cancelled, but apparently this match was something different, yeah? As points for VACnet to improve. And we would think, right now the system would work. The system would work. And the system didn't, as you can see by the kill feed.
Yeah.
I think because he was mimicking the first round, and the system checked him, yeah, we report,
Mm-hmm.
and it went like, not enough evidence.
From just based off that first round.
I mean, not the first round, but the first sequence of rounds. It washed,
Yeah.
nothing suspicious. And then after that, it just was never checking again to save time, CPU resources or whatnot.
And this is 18,000 rank.
Just making your accounts with friends
It's not even
and just
not even top 1,000.
not even top 1,000, of course. This is obviously the red trust factor. Do you know how to check the trust factor actually?
I have no idea how to check trust factor. No, I didn't know that was a
So
thing.
open look into play, yeah?
Yeah.
If you see 20 people with prime here, it's pretty much green trust factor. Then if you see 20 people, but some of these are non-prime in the competitive, not in the wingman, that means you have a yellow trust factor. And if you see like 6 people there, or 3 people there, or 2 or nobody, that's like a red trust factor.
The state of the game for new players is absolutely horrendous. Like someone that's never played Counter-Strike before, they'll download Counter-Strike and then they'll hop in a game and they'll have like no prime status and they'll have no trust factor and they'll probably be put against a bunch of cheaters.
They have, at the very beginning, they have trust factor, but it's so easy to lose.
Do you think it just stays like this with a huge cheating problem, with Valve not really being able to do much about it?
No, I think they will restrict the features further and further. I mean, I don't like to disappoint you, but I think in 1 or 2 years we will see like at least proper close cheating. I think they should release Overwatch to public.
Okay.
And they
Re-release it.
should check the reports by their VACnet, and then send it to Overwatch to like confirm.
Like a reports filtration system.
Yeah.
I had
wish.
quite a long call with someone that works for Valve. He told me sometimes if he needed to explain like specific cheat stuff to like other members of his staff, he would actually show them my videos because it would kind of explain it. If you were put in charge of stopping the cheating problem, what would you do?
First of all, I would release ranks on non-prime, like back to non-prime the ranks, but I would still made it so you cannot achieve the prime status. Just play to rank 21.
Okay.
So it would make no sense for farm. And what that would do, that will put cheaters, actually like me even, we would just go initiation-free accounts. The trust factor system also should be on non-prime. We like cheaters launch the non-prime account. We play literally 1 game or 2 game rage at most, or like what VACnet considers rage. And then our trust factor is destroyed, and they just play with each other, still ban or still something. So this would put off a lot of Premiere, because we would just have a place. Close the cheaters. There will always be close the cheaters. I think like
we need to get rid of them. I don't accept that. There will always be. I mean, you're probably right, but I just don't want to believe that. Like we need to get rid of them. They're the worst.
I think you have to reduce the impact to as low as possible. To close the cheaters, would need to play like a highly skilled non-cheater.
So you're saying detection for closet is not the way to go. It's practically impossible.
I mean, it's practically impossible. You will reduce it to some raider level, and then it will just get false bans on like pro players and stuff. Every leaderboard in Faceit, in probably at Valorant, in Call of Duty, in whatever, is just close the cheaters and pros.
Even in Valorant, I thought Valorant was a lot better with dealing with the cheaters.
I mean, there are spin botters there. I mean, they get banned, but there are still spin botters there, so you know.
Yeah, but at least they get banned.
In Valorant, you also have to just close the cheat. You buy, for example, I would name a software, and you will get run undetected, and it's like $50. And then there is much more advanced shit like DMA cards and stuff. And then there is neural network shit that will read the information from your screen and do a aimbot for you and all of that.
Seems like such a huge problem because there are so many different ways to cheat. How much is the software that you used to get to top 10?
$6.
$6.
They're like cheats that are cheap and their quality.
I mean, I guess you cheat still because you find it fun, and there's like a whole community for it, right? And it's like a hack versus hack community. And
yeah, the problem like there was a question like why you cheat, why that guy cheat, why that guy cheat. I guess that's some different reasons. So one popular reason is that they get cheated on and then they start cheating.
The biggest excuse, yeah.
It's more like an excuse, actually.
Exactly.
Well, current top one, he actually tries to close the cheat. This is the current top one. He already has a game ban on his account. And skins. Okay, I guess. Thank you for the conversation.
Oh, thank you. Sometimes people want to give out like shout outs to something to their friends, or I know the cheating community likes to do that.
I would probably give a shout out to MSCTF, Kerik, or Satan, Bleak, Vitamin, CS6 Mac.
Well, there it was. I was hoping maybe to get some more answers on what we can do to really combat this problem, because it's just insane. But even people who have cheated their way to, number 4, number 3 rank, they don't have that many solutions because there are just too many different ways to cheat. I'd be really interested to hear everyone's opinion who's watching the video right now down below in the comments, because I'm sure as a community maybe we can source some kind of solutions. I don't know. I just want a cheat-free game. I want to play the game as it was intended to be played, and that seems tougher and tougher and tougher as time goes on. In this cat and mouse game of anti-cheat and cheater, the cheater always seems to be ahead. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by slapping that like button. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.